Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my platform. Welcome to the vlogs. Welcome to the inner workings of my mind and what I think about every day. Also, before I go on any further, you know when you go to set up your camera or you go to set up your phone and you're like, ooh, my skin's looking so good, and then you look at your phone or look at the camera and you're like, oh, this is not what I look like in person. I feel like that's what's happening right now. My skin has actually been doing quite well lately, but this lighting is just, you see everything. But that's okay, because that's why I'm here. I am here to vocalize everything, to talk about everything, to show you everything, to let you know that shit is not perfect and life is not perfect. And I just want to talk about all the things. So today is currently Wednesday, January 12th. My first few weeks, oh, my hand is getting tired. Now I understand what people say when they're vlogging. They're like, oh my gosh, my arm's getting so tired. I work for myself currently, and my work weeks have been incredibly slow these first few weeks, which sometimes happens. First of the month is a little bit slower than the end of the month. So I've been having a lot of downtime, and I've been working on a lot of other projects that I have in the works on the side. But something that I wanted to share about, I will obviously talk more about this in the videos to come, but I am incredibly interested in astrology, zodiac signs, horoscopes, crystals, the whole thing. And back in May of last year, I went to Miami for the first time, and I really wanted to go see a tarot card reader and have my cards drawn, pulled. So I went to go see one, and it basically just came about on a fluke. I was walking around one day. I had known before going on the trip that I wanted to get a reading done, but I didn't want to think too much about it. I stumbled upon it one day. It was everything that I could have asked for. It was at a huge transformational time in my life, and I have been feeling that way incredibly lately, especially going into the new year. I feel myself going into new avenues with work and career, making money. I feel a huge rebirth in my life. So I went ahead and set up a reading with this woman who I will go ahead and tag her Instagram handle down below, but I have been following her Instagram page for, I don't know, a really long time now. But you know those accounts, especially if you're into astrology and the universe and signs and all of that, there are certain accounts that you just, everything that they write, you're like, this is me. How are you literally inside my mind right now? I swear to God, every single post that I see on Instagram, I'm like, Michelle, how did you get inside my head? So I went ahead, oh my gosh, my arm, Jesus, my arm, this is just crazy. I'll try to wrap this up. But I went ahead and booked a reading with her, and it was incredible. And I was telling a friend about it last night, and I think a lot of people get freaked out about these tarot card readings. Oh, are they gonna tell me if I get cancer or when I'm gonna die? I'm like, no, it's really not like that. For me, in these readings, what comes across is everything that I need to hear. I'm incredibly self-aware, incredibly intuitive, and I know a lot of people are like, well, if you sit here and you say that you're healed and you know yourself, you really don't. You don't need to project that and pronounce that, onto others, which I don't, but I also do know that I'm incredibly self-aware, and I think part of my life's goal is to just know myself inside and out as much as I possibly can. So this call yesterday was it was everything that I needed to hear. The main highlights of the call were that I have been working within my masculine energy for so long that I'm just tapped out, and I need to, she was like, honey, you need to get into your feminine energy. And the difference between energies, masculine is control, it's security, it's assertiveness, it's dominance. Just think about kind of, ideally what men kind of stand for. Your feminine energy is going off of what you feel, your emotions, think about singing, painting, reading, getting outside, being in nature, journaling, meditating, which I do all of those things, but what she helped me realize yesterday is that I do a lot of these things in a very controlled, structured environment. And something that really stood out to me yesterday that she said was, when there's so much, what's the word? When there's so much like control and so much routine and structure, you don't leave yourself the time to create. And I was like, oh shit, that is so true. So that really stood out to me. Other things that she told me that I still am working through, like childhood things, how I feel about money, career. She heavily pressed on the fact that all of my problems are created in my head, which is something that I've known for years and years, and why it's taken me this long to start a YouTube channel and to finally let my creativity show and let my creativity shine. And not to go off on a little bit of a rant, but what I'm doing right now is what I know that I'm supposed to be doing. And this is something that I wanted to do for years, just vocalize and talk about what I'm feeling, talk about my life experiences, just share what's going on in my life. I have always felt a calling to help people and to inspire people. And I know that to inspire and help others, I need to share my personal experiences in life. So her saying that, she was like, you are mentally caged in. She's like, everything that's not showing up for you is because of what you're doing to yourself mentally. And I 150% agree with that. So the call was only about like half an hour, but holy crap. It was everything that I needed to hear because I already knew these things. But personally, sometimes I just need like external validation as to how I'm feeling, if that makes sense. So today is the day that we start on the journey. Wow, it's already been 8 minutes. What an intro, but it's so sunny outside. I have basically a free afternoon because my work appointments that I was supposed to have got canceled and they're moved to tomorrow. So I'm stepping into my feminine energy, and I'm gonna go outside, go sit by the pool, and I'm bringing my laptop because I have a call that I need to make in an hour. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna journal, I'm just gonna sit there and feel the sun. Vlog today, just having a little life chat. I was on my phone literally like 5 minutes ago, and you know when you go on Facebook and something pops up like 7 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. So I had something pop up from, I think it said 3 years ago, of this workout flyer that I had created when I had first created like my own kind of like self workout business. I like rented out studio space at this one studio back home in California where I used to live. I now live in Austin, Texas. And I was looking at it and I was like, dang, like so much has happened since then. My life has just taken so many turns, all for the best, because I'm a true believer that everything that happens to you in life happens for you, and you are just harmoniously directed into where you need to go next. But I was sitting here just thinking about it. I'm like, wow, lately within the past few months, I have just been going through so many hard transitions and really stepping into who I am as a person, like truly really understanding how my mind works, how I want to show up in the world, which I think has been an accumulation over the past few years. But it took me looking at that to be like, you've done a lot. Like, I have tried so many things. I've started so many businesses. I've really just like put myself out there, and it's a friendly reminder to myself to just acknowledge how much I've done and not focus so heavily on how much I still want to do, because I think naturally we're so inclined to just focus on all these big goals and dreams that we have. That's fantastic. I mean, the fact alone that you can sit here and dream so big, I think a lot of people unfortunately think really small. And to me, it's a gift to know that, like, holy shit, there's so many things that I want to do with my life, but I need to just remember how much I've already done, because it's part of the process and it's part of the journey. So I just wanted to share that because it was a friendly reminder that I really needed for myself, especially now I'm in a huge transformational phase with my life. And for the past few months, I have truly felt like I'm just all over the place and I'm having a really, really hard time grounding myself. And in doing so and in trying to ground myself, you know, I have daily practices that I put into place, but it's really right now about finding the balance between having that routine, having a schedule, but also giving myself the ability to flow and the ability to create and just to let life take me where I know that it needs to take me, and for me to not sit here and try to control every outcome. So that's what I wanted to end on for the night. And it's now 7:30, and with all that being said, because for the past, I don't know, a year and a half, I feel like I've been on every minute. I want to talk more about this call that I had yesterday because it was really, really insightful, but I talked about this earlier, and I shared how she really harped on me stepping into my feminine energy and like letting my masculine energy just sit to the side. So that's something that I'm definitely trying to work on. I think especially too when you are an entrepreneur and you're trying to create, and even you don't have to be an entrepreneur. I mean, I know so many people who work in the corporate world and who have different jobs that, you know, it's demanding and at all hours they feel like they're on. But I think especially when you are trying to blaze your own path, you just, like, your mind never stops. So I'm really working on balance, because naturally my personality and what I've learned about myself over the past year is that I operate on one end of the spectrum. So I'm very black and white. I'm very like, let's go all in or do nothing. So I'm really trying to work on balance. And with that, I'm trying to call in my feminine energy and just chill the F out, and to remember to do things that make me feel good simply for the fact of doing them. Like, there doesn't need to be a reason behind you doing everything. You don't have to read a book to learn something. You don't have to watch this to get, you know, this knowledge. Sometimes you can just do things because they make you feel freaking good, and you can ignore the work, ignore the calls, ignore this, and just do stuff for you. So that's what I'm gonna go do, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm very, very tired. Yeah, getting ready to go to the gym. Gonna do some legs and glutes today. It's a little bit later than I had wanted to go. I set my alarm. I thought I had set my alarm for 5:30 yesterday, or for this morning, because I've been so good in waking up at 5:30 every morning, and I woke up, really had to pee, and was like, I'm ready to get up. I wonder what time it is. I got up, it was 6:45. I'm like, oh, okay. A little bit later than I thought, but you know what? That always tells me that it's a sign that I just needed sleep, and I just roll with it. And I'm tired as heck. A little tip that I do when I'm feeling like very puffy in the morning or just not awake, if you have an ice roller, obviously use the ice roller. I literally just go to my freezer, take an ice cube, rub it all over my face, and I swear it helps me wake up so much. So that's what I did. I'm ready to go to the gym. and I've got a busy day ahead, so I don't know when I'll be checking in next and I gotta go, but just wanted to say good morning. Long and crazy day, and I just got home from dinner with my friend Casey. Went to a Thai food place, and I wanted to show my journal that she gave me. This was part of my Christmas present. She actually got, I think she created this on this site, Papier. I think that's what it's called, Papier. I've heard of them before, but so cute. She designed journals for me, herself, and her husband. They all say different things. I always talk about angel numbers, and 444 is one of the angel numbers that I see all the time. So, and I'm talking about trusting the universe. So she put this on my journal. So cute with my initials, like. It is a very, very cold and windy day in Austin, Texas. I feel like I'm on the set of The Wizard of Oz. The wind is just absolute insanity. So this is my vibe today. We've got I think I've had these Uggs for probably 10 years, but I love them. We'll never get rid of them. And this cute little Sherpa jacket that I just got at Target. I literally love it. But this morning was a very nice, eventful, peaceful morning. Woke up. I have been loving journaling lately. I go in and out between what I do with my morning routine, but the last 2 days I have had the most amazing, insightful therapy sessions through journaling, and they've just been incredible. So I journaled in bed, lit a candle, made a green juice, and just kind of hung out, chilled. Didn't work out yesterday, didn't work out today. Actually, no. I went on a nice long walk yesterday. Thank God, because it was 75 and sunny yesterday. But today, I'm going to meet up with a friend, and we're gonna have a little bit of a day. So I'll tell you what we're doing later when I see her in just a little bit.
How do people keep their cameras on their dashboard? And he said that people get like a attachment of some sort.
A Velcro?
To, like, yes.
Yeah, because if I drive with this, there's no way.
No, literally.
It's gonna fly.
I was recording me and Matt the other day, and I was like, oh, going on a turn. See you in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out what to put here, but good morning.
Hello.
I already said good morning
donuts.
to everyone. Okay, so this is our plan. We were gonna go on a day trip to a place called Fredericksburg. It's a little German town. Did you know that?
Yes, my mom, when I was moving here, was
so
like,
cute.
you know where you have to visit? And I was like, where? And she's like, Fredericksburg. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, no, it's like a little German town. It's so cute. She's never been.
I had never heard of this place until I moved here. Why would you have ever?
No, literally. I was like, how do you know about that, Mom?
That makes no sense. So, but anyways, we're
so
supposed to go there. It's an hour and a half away, but the wind
woke us up from our sleep.
Literally, no, I think I woke up 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night, and I was like, where am I? It was so scary. So I'm really glad that we didn't go.
It was scary. Hopefully we can make it to the donut shop.
Literally driving here, I'm like slowly swerving. I'm like, this is not the vibe, but we're gonna go get coffee, get donuts. You've never been to Voodoo Donuts, right?
I've never been.
So good.
I'm excited.
They have all these like crazy fancy flavors, but they have regular stuff too. Go there, maybe check out the farmer's market if people are there, because it's
true.
It's the Arctic outside. It's freezing.
I don't know where we are.
And go walk around downtown.
Yes, have ourselves a little
so that's
chilly Saturday.
Also, really like this sweat set. Is it a set?
It's a set from Boyd. Do you follow
Boyd
Delaney Childs?
No, but you told me about it.
Oh my god, she's my favorite, and she has a little clothing brand, and it's like all me and Matt. Well, these are Matt's ones. Feel it soft.
Ooh.
Yes, and like thick and comfy.
Wow.
But like I said to Matt, I was like, I need 500 more sweat sets because I wear this every day off.
At least 500.
At least.
Maybe 500.
Maybe 550.
We're obsessed with sweat sets. I feel like everyone is right now. A good sweat set just, I mean, I
wear this every day off because.
And I'm loving this vest.
Comfy. This is Matt's too. When we went to the North Face outlet the other day.
Oh my god.
And I got so much shit for snowboarding, and he was like, it's like, you need to get something. He was like, this vest. I was like, yes. It was like $70.
Wow, that's so nice because.
And I could share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Target, right?
This is from Target! Wait, have you seen this, or did I say that?
No, I've seen it.
With the butterflies,
It's
I
so
think it's
cute.
very on brand
I love
for
butterflies.
me. I saw it and I was like, have to.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I love it. And it's black and white, so that's
know.
even better.
Okay. Need a coffee, need a donut.
Let's hit the road.
Stat.
Now.
Maybe let's go inside. Oh, I think, is this the wrong way? Oh. Is it so cute? Overwhelming. I know. There's so many to choose. Wait till you like get up front and then you get to see everything.
So I wanted to end this vlog with a little life message that has been really weighing on me this week and has come to the surface for me. And the message is, if you want to change your current reality, you need to understand where your roots are right now and where that narrative is that you're living in. Because you can sit here and say, I want to attract the right people into my life. I want to attract new opportunities, money, love, wealth, all of that stuff. But you're not actually going to attract any of that stuff if you don't realize first that the story that you're telling yourself and the narrative that you're living right now is not that, if that makes sense. So for me, this week, having that tarot card reading and having this woman tell me that you have been living in your masculine for so long, and you need, in order to get everything that you want to come to fruition in life, you need to tap into your feminine. So it's not just about giving myself that space to create and to be free and to write and to read and do all this stuff. It's also about being vulnerable and expressing my emotions to the people that I love and not feeling the need to do everything on my own, which is something that I have been feeling for so long. I have given myself that narrative. I have been the main character in that story. I have told myself that everything that I'm going through, I have to do it on my own. And I first needed to realize that that's the story that I'm currently living in. And in order to not be in that story anymore, I have to realize that that needs to change. And that will open up the new portal, basically, of everything that I want to come in, if that makes sense. So if you are wanting to change any aspect of your life, you need to first realize, like, in order to change, it's not about just telling yourself, I am wealthy, I am love, I am this, I'm that. Sure, you could do that, but that's not going to get you anywhere. You need to realize that the story that you're living right now, why do I feel that way? And how do I change that to get myself to feel a whole new frequency? So, wanted to end on that message. Thank you so much for tuning into this first vlog. I am just so excited. I'm so excited to be sharing my life, be sharing my experiences, to be sharing my thought process about things, because it's something that I know that I've needed to do for so long. So if you have watched this video, seriously, thank you, and I'm just so excited to see what's to come.